So this is the home page for Tinkercad. As you can see, it already has it. It's a pretty easy interface to use based on what you would like to use it for. You have your 3D designs, you have your circuits, your code blocks, as well as lessons. I wanted to show you how to do a quick start or basic learning of this. So when you click on learn, it'll have starters, lessons, and projects. Starters is going to show you how to use the functions within Tinkercad for each one of them. So if you click 3D here, you'll go have the options for circuits and code blocks as well, depending on how you want to use it and start it. It also has a tab for lessons. These lessons are going to be lessons to help you learn how to improve your skills for each one of those basic functions. And then if you click on the projects tab, these will be the projects that are already provided that you can use to pretty much help you better learn how to use the Tinkercad functions. But I wanted to focus on these starters so that you can see what the basic interface looks like when you go into the actual functions. So this is the basic interface when you look at 3D design. I clicked the starter lesson. So because I clicked the starter lesson, if you look over here, it will tell you what this lesson is going to do. This is a place it lesson. It's going to pretty much tell me how to move it. When you look at your instructions, it has pretty much a video that shows you what to do it, but it also has step-by-step directions of telling you how to go about doing it. So say you see, as you can see, it wants us to take the block and place it here. And then when you go, it will tell you even the final steps and it'll tell you to click next. And once you get it correct, it will celebrate for you. And then you can just keep continuing through these lessons and it will teach you how to use the basic platforms. Once you get further within the lessons, it also shows you challenges that you can do to pretty much help you hone in on how to use those particular skills. Another feature that I wanted to highlight was how to effectively use the code blocks. If you look here, you will see the code blocks and you can click on those. Once you go into the code block, you'll want to click that button right there. So we're going to go ahead and click in to see how this framework works. So we're going to go ahead and start with something simple, just the intro to shapes. And you'll see that this framework works similar to what we did for the 3D design for this feature. If you look over here, you'll see that there's a video running to show you how to go through the steps. So it'll have the data of what they want you to do first. So we'll just walk through the first one. They want us to go and add a block. And then after that, we're going to click play. And then when you finish, it'll give you a check mark if you got it right. It also will tell you to continue to the next one. We'll just run through one more thing that they want you to do. They want us to use the cube so we can see different perspectives, the top, the bottom, the right, just so you can see how this is set up. And then we'll continue just so you can see a little. Um, but each one will take you through steps with the video of how to do it as well as what to do under that same video. If you do mess up, which I won't necessarily get to for this one. If you do mess up, it'll give you a hint on what you need to correct in order to fix the step that it's asking you to do. So the coding is actually quite simple, making sure that the kids understand the algorithms and the fact that it has to go step by step in order to work correctly is something that I think is very, very important. And of course, you're not just limited to Intro to shapes. Moving shapes works really, really well, especially when you start talking about spatial reasoning for math and transformations. Um, it also, even though this is starter designs, this also gives you a step by step on how to effectively use the coding. It'll have a code already written for you, and I'll just show you how it looks from the table perspective. So this code can look a bit overwhelming and may take time, but I suggest that you do the intro sections first before you actually try to start one of the designs so that you can see how this works together. But as you can see, it's a step-by-step algorithm that they can use to particularly build this table, and I'll press play just so you can see how it works. And then, like I said, it gives step by step directions on how to go about doing it. And when you make an error, it will highlight for you. I think this is a very, very easy to use framework and template. And I think that students of any age can pretty much have access to how to go about. The final feature that I wanted to look at was the circuits, just so you can get a quick overview of how it works and how the framework of that circuit feature works. So this is the circuit feature. As you can see, it's already prompting us to start a simulation. It's very similar to the 3D design as well as the code blocks in that it gives you the directives of what you need to do to pretty much finish this simulation. And it'll walk you through how to start the simulation, what it should look like. And so this one we're supposed to be working on testing the battery. So just so that you can kind of see how it works and the fact that it's very, very similar to both of the other features, kind of keeping it consistent and easy to use is something that I wanted you to see for the overview of how Tinkercad can be used within the classroom.